Hello, Captains. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there. I am on Ensign Ricky once again to continue the Gamma Quadrant missions for Victory is Life expansion in Star Trek Online. But lo and behold, look where I am. I'm on Risa because it is also now the summer event for Star Trek Online, and it's that Risa event. And, well, I'm going to be using Ensign Ricky, this character here, for all of my Risa goodies. See that ship in the sky? I'm getting that ship, guys, and I'm going to be getting it on Ensign Ricky. And, of course, once I claim it on this character, I'll be able to get it on all my other characters as well. But this is the character that I am using to grind for it. So that is very interesting, and I will be getting that ship. Like I said, it's a Vorgon Dreadnought, and I will be doing a review on that ship when I get it. So just a little side there and a side before we continue the Gamma stuff. Just letting you know what Ensign Ricky's been doing in his off time between missions. This right here, he's been doing Risa. Also, I had a comment. Somebody left a comment for me to let me know of a trait, a ground trait that would benefit my character. Thank you very much for that feedback. I really appreciate it. I read your comment, and you are correct. That trait was excellent for me. I didn't even know it existed. It's called an assault drone trait. And because I'm using all these drones and stuff, especially these two here a lot, this person said I should be using the assault drone trait. And so when I go to my traits, you will now find that I have this trait. It's called assault drone fabrication. And what it specifically does is it gives a wide beam secondary fire ability to drones. So it basically adds another type of weapon fire to my drones, and it's a wide beam secondary fire. And I had before, what I replaced it in place of is I did have Nanomolecular Architect before it, which was a plus 25% damage resistance rating to my fabrications and a plus 200% hit point regeneration per minute to my fabrications. That's what I had before, and so I just replaced that with the new Assault Drone trait. Assault drone fabrication. So we will see how that does in combat with my drones now. They'll have that secondary ability. Maybe will help a little bit more for sure. So thank you for that feedback. I didn't even know that trait existed. So yeah, don't ever be afraid to leave feedback. If you've got an opinion that you think can improve my build and my play style and everything else, leave a comment and I will definitely look into it. I may not take the advice, but I will look into it and research it and see if it's something I want to use or not. So I do appreciate all that feedback. I read it all. I read all your comments. Even if I don't reply to them, I read them. So it is very important to leave those. Okay, let's get on with the Gamma Quadrant mission for today. We did Armistice in the last episode, the last mission. Also, I want to comment on that. Somebody, and you know who you are, left a very good feedback message on that mission, and I did reply to you. I said a good point, I believe, was my reply to you, so you know who you are. This person left some very good points about Armistice. One of the points that this person in the comments made, and I agree with, is that this was kind of a one-off episode or mission that does not deal with the overall Hur'q arc. Doesn't really do anything to move us forward on the Hur'q arc. It's what they would call in television a filler episode. It was just something from the TV series that they closed a story loophole in, but really didn't even need to be done. And apparently the whole reason for doing it was to make Kai Kira not Kai Kira anymore, but to bring her back into the fight with the Hur'q, to make her captain in Starfleet or a colonel or whatever she is now, whatever her rank is now, to bring her back into a militaristic stance instead of being the Kai and let Kai Opaka take over. That's great and all, but then this person said, why even make her Kai in the first place if you were just going to strip that away from her? in this episode. So, kind of weird and strange that that was just in there like that. But I kind of liked it for the simple fact that it was a filler episode, because it feels like you're playing a TV series arc, like you're watching a season of Star Trek where there are episodes or missions or stories that relate directly to the goal of the main story arc, and then there are filler episodes that have nothing to do with anything. And sometimes that just kind of works. It just kind of makes it really feel like a television series, and I like that. You get that feeling that you're playing. But since they have only limited missions here, we only have,
For a limited time only, I will be awarding bonus favors to anyone who comes help me locate temporal artifacts.
Since we only have like 6 or 7 missions here, it does kind of feel like, what was the point of that? But anyway, let's move on. That was some good points, so I do appreciate all that feedback. By the way, if you hear popping in the background, like fireworks, like literal fireworks, yeah, they are doing fireworks because it's the 4th of July here in the United States, and, well, that's might be what you hear in the microphone. I don't know if it's picking that sound up or not, but you might be hearing fireworks. Okay, let's do the search next. An expedition into the outer reaches of the Gamma Quadrant leads to startling revelations about the state of affairs within the Dominion. Contact Elam Garrick for this one.
The Dominion has asked the Alliance to send an expeditionary force into the outer reaches of their territory. The Hur'q aren't as numerous there, and we're hoping we can learn more about them while we render aid to the Dominion in that sector. Ambassador Odo will be accompanying us on his flagship, along with Captain Kira aboard the Defiant. I'll be commanding a modest Cardassian fleet as well. We'll start in the Dosi system. Our latest intelligence has discovered a Hur'q presence in that area. Meet us there at your earliest convenience.
And it looks like we will get personal Karemma trader comm code. Ooh, it beams in a kiosk while on ground. Got Polaron weapons otherwise. Now, the voice actor who does Elam Garrick, on point. I know I mentioned in the last episode that some of the voice acting seemed a bit not as energetic. Maybe a better word is subdued. But whoever voices Elam Garrick, he is great here. It sounds just like he does from the TV show. And I know because I just, like before playing this mission, watched another episode of DS9. An older episode of DS9, one of the earlier seasons. And Garrick was in there, and he sounds just like he does from the TV show. So, excellent. Okay, let's make this primary. Where am I supposed to go? I'm supposed to go to some system, I'm guessing, in the Gamma Quadrant. So let's go this way. Go to the wormhole. Get back to the Gamma Quadrant. The menu system is not showing me, like, it should be showing me the system I'm supposed to go to, but oddly it's not. So this should be interesting, learning a little bit more about the state of the Dominion, what the Hur'q have done to them, maybe some more about the Hur'q as well. I like these, like, exploration kind of missions. And we're meeting Kira on the Defiant. Just, crazily enough, I have one too. Amazing, we're gonna have 2 Defiant classes. It'll feel just like a DS9 episode. Okay, we are specifically supposed to go to... See, it's not showing me the system I'm supposed to be going to, but I guess it's right here, the Dosi system. The menu is being weird. Let's do this, the search.
Thank you for joining us. As you can see, we can't even defend our stations from Hur'q attacks. It's going to take a joint Alliance and Dominion effort to stop them. We are currently at the edge of the Dosi system. Thankfully, the Hur'q aren't attacking the Dosi homeworld yet. They're starting to evacuate as a precaution, however.
Okay, who are the Dosi?
The Dosi recently joined the Dominion after many years of independence.
That was strange.
Their aggressive fondness for commerce can be troublesome, but they've managed to prove their worth to the Founders. Work on this planet was a joint project with the Karemmans, and the Dominion built a station here to provide oversight.
That's strange that the voice changed from, like, I don't know what that was. It's like a recording to real-time microphone recording. That was weird. Stuff like that is what annoys me with this game. You know, you wish a little more detail would be paid attention to, like, keeping the same kind of voice acting imprint on the playthroughs.
All ships, target the Hur'q and fire at will.
Victory is life!
I can see you're a handy person to have around. And while I'd like to put this system far behind us, I believe we should find out what we can about the Hur'q and their reasons for being here. While we still can, of course. The Hur'q may decide to send more ships here.
Okay. So that's a Dominion space station. We never ever saw a Dominion space station in the TV show. What a weird, interesting design. Huh. That's cool, I guess. It's kind of like a... I don't know what it is. It's very strange. Okay. Move into scanning range.
This planet appears to have been abandoned some time ago. No life signs detected. Sensors indicate an extensive network of defunct mines. I'm reading residual levels of dilithium, topoline, chemosite, and several components used in the production of Ketracel White. How curious. Of what use would this world be to the Hur'q? It's clearly of no value to the Dominion. Wait. I'm reading more Hur'q inbound.
His expressions, man, watch his face. His expressions are crazy. Crazy good, actually. Look at that. Look at that. Look what he's doing. Battle station.
They're going for the station. What are they after? We should scan the station once we're done with these Hur'q. station is a basic resource transport hub, not exceptionally old. No life signs on sensors. It looks abandoned. I'm picking up trace levels of mineral resources in several storage areas, but there's nothing of note here, unless the Hur'q are driven solely to consume an assortment of minerals. This is a very interesting place, in that it's completely uninteresting to everyone but the Hur'q.
I don't think the answers we're looking for are here. Really? They kind of seem like they are here.
Don't go to warp just yet. We're picking up a distress signal over here. You should take a look.
Yeah? Okay.
Looks like it's a Ferengi signal of uncertain origin coming from the Karemma system. I seem to recall Quark mentioning some business with the Karemmans recently. This can't be a coincidence. We should look into this. Quark might have bitten off more than he can chew again.
Is that really a good use of our time? The Karemmans are very resourceful. They design a considerable number of weapons and defense systems for the Dominion. I'm confident they can deal with the Hur'q on their own. As for Quark, he's quite capable of getting himself out of trouble. Trouble, I might add, that he had no business getting into in the first place.
I must say, Ambassador, I'm shocked. I know Quark's a gambler, but I never realized you were as well. Karemma is a part of the Dominion, and an important one at that. Is losing their tactical and technological resources to the Hur'q wise?
Very well. Since I can see there's no talking you out of this, I'll accompany you to Karemma. We're ready to go warp when you are. Let's get this over with.
Okay, I guess we're going there then. The Karemma system. Lots of Dominion ships.
Where did all these ships come from?
And here we are, the Karemma system. Let's find out what Quark needs, deal with it, and move on.
What's going on here?
Far be it for me to question the word of a founder, but that is a very large Dominion fleet I'm reading on sensors. I only mention it because we were led to believe Odo's fleet was the last. I trust there's a reasonable explanation for this miscommunication.
The Dominion flagship is hailing us.
Your presence is not required here. Explain yourself.
Hey, it's that female changeling. We're responding to a distress call.
As are we. Karemma is part of the Dominion. We are here to assist them, if they wish it.
You have more fleets than Odo reported.
Odo commands an expeditionary fleet. It is his to use in a mission to seek and destroy the Hur'q as he sees fit. My fleet is a defense fleet. It seems the distinction was not made clear to you. How unfortunate.
Really? So that's how they're playing this? So they do have a lot more ships. Okay. Why must the Karemmans ask for aid?
The Karemmans are proud.
There's that change
If
again.
they wish to stand alone and deal with the Hur'q, we will certainly accommodate them.
Sounds
Should
better
they
here.
decide to ask for aid, we will gladly assist them. The point may soon be moot, however. Karemmans are known for their potent weapons and defense systems.
There's that change in audio recording again. Why does it switch from one thing to another? It's really annoying.
Odo commands an expeditionary fleet.
Okay.
I will take responsibility for their actions in Karemman space. One of our operatives requires immediate extraction.
You're quite persistent, aren't you? Very well. In the spirit of our newfound pact with the Alliance, I will allow you to proceed, albeit at your own risk. Exercise caution, Odo. It would be tragic for you to come so far, only to end it all here over Karemma.
She still acts weird. I mean, Odo's, been in the link for 30 years, and now he's out and doing something, but you'd think they would be more on equal footing here. Sounds like they're still having that same conflict they had 35 years ago.
It seems we're not getting the whole story here.
So, business as usual.
Exactly, Captain.
Wow, so large. Jem'Hadar fleet as is for sure. It's like, why aren't the other Cardassian ships helping? Jem'Hadar ships. Why aren't they helping? No response. I'm trying all hailing frequencies, but I'm getting nothing in return. Keep trying.
My sensors are showing a broad band of interference in the area. It's jamming the standard Karemman hailing frequencies. Might I suggest giving them a new, more secure frequency to use for communications?
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me? We need help, and fast! Most of our planetary defense lines are in danger of being overrun by the Hur'q. We tried to evacuate, but the Jem'Hadar fleet opened fire on our ships when they broke orbit. We're trapped!
Wait, the Jem'Hadar fired on you? Odo? Your thoughts?
Combat is notoriously chaotic. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for that. One best pursued after we find Quark and help the Karemmans.
I don't know, man. Sounds like your female friend here is doing some stuff she shouldn't be doing.
I wonder. Ah, yes. We should try to find Quark soon. It's quite possible he's the only Ferengi on the planet. A deep-range sensor scan should locate him.
It took a few scans, but I found one Ferengi life sign. It's surrounded by a handful of Karemmans and a large number of Hur'q. There's a lot of interference in that area, so we can't get a transporter lock on him at this time. Can we hail them?
Finally. I was beginning to wonder if anyone would come. It took you long enough. Is Garrick with you? Tell him. I found the package, so he better get here fast if he wants it in one piece. Running out of time here. The Hur'q are closing in. Get me out of here. Poor Odo's right-wrong whiz will finally come down.
Okay, we're coming.
We need to get Quark out quickly before he has an encounter with the Hur'q of the fatal variety. Let's go down together while Captain Kira and the Ambassador cover our ships in orbit. We'll have to beam down outside of Quark's location. I suggest bringing some pattern enhancers along. We may need them to beam out once we find him.
Okay, to the ground we go. Everyone's acting so weird, though, about this mission.
We're about as close to Quark's last known location as we can get with transporters. I'm afraid we'll have to make the rest of the journey the old-fashioned way. Shall we? Quark's life sign is near here. Let's try to find a way in.
Well, I have my floater. Too bad I can't use it here. Just fly up and do what I need to do. Okay, the search for Quark. Find a route to Quark. And, of course, I'm going to explore because you know I have to. But I guess that was the way to go anyway.
How convenient.
Or no, that's the way to go.
Found a hidden path. Let's have a look.
Yes, I will, but first I want to check up here because you know, you never know what you may find around the corner.
Interesting. The metal in the walls here completely scatters my sensors.
So let's see how that new trait works out. Make sure it is active. Yes, it is.
Ah, more Hur'q. It seems we're in the right place.
I think I saw it happen. I saw the wide beam attack work, which is very cool.
My tricorder shows a Ferengi life sign beyond that rather secure door. Unfortunately, the Karemman security system is beyond me. Given time, I could crack it, but we're running low on that commodity. There are a number of Karemman life signs nearby, however. One of them might be able to help us reach Quark.
So we need to get through here, but we can't. Okay, so it looks like we have to go around. I don't know which way specifically to go, but maybe we'll be able to explore both ways. Yay for that explosive drone. That was cool. Talk to Brillin. Thought
That was it. I was gonna get eaten by one of those things. Can't say I like that idea much, so, thanks, whoever you are. You're not police or military, or Karemman military anyway. What brought you down here to the middle of hell?
we're looking for a Ferengi.
Oh, him. Think I saw my brother and some of his men hustle the little grifter into a vault before those monsters got in here. Good luck getting him out of there. Wait, that was rude. You just saved my life. Let me return the favor. One of my brother's people should be able to open the door for you. Find them, and you're all set.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. Just checking around, seeing what's back here. Nope, nothing. There's another way over
Waiting
there.
here would be best. The outer world is still a mess.
Let's try this way and see what we find. Well, we find that.
thanks for the timely rescue. I don't suppose you'd be willing to turn a blind eye to all the contraband you've seen down here? It'd save me the trouble of shooting you later.
Excuse me?
Kidding. I was kidding. You know, humor. Do they have that on your planet? Anyway, you're clearly not Karemman police, so what brings you down here?
We're looking for a Ferengi.
Oh, Quark, yeah, I know him. Little guy, big ears, splashy dresser. I hear he owns a moon. And we locked him up in a secure room when the shooting started. Big spender like that should be kept safe. Tell you what, help us out with all these Hur'qs, Gurks, and whatever you call them. Help us, and I'll help you. Deal?
I guess deal. Okay, that was strange. These are strange people. What is going on around here?
The other Dominion ships just left the system. We're on our own.
What? It's really strange. Why would they fire on these people? I don't know what is going on. There's more. My curiosity bubble is increased. Stop moving.
Am I glad to see you? Thought for sure we'd be safe from those things down here. Caves do a number on sensors and transporters, but that didn't slow them down much. Filthy creatures. If you don't mind my asking, why are you here? You're not with Karemman Defense. Are you mercenaries? Private security?
No, we're looking for a Ferengi.
That'd be Quark then. Only Ferengi around here that I know of anyway. He's in a secure vault, not far from here, with another VIP. Look, I owe you my life, but I don't have the code to get to Quark. There are others nearby. One of them should have it. Help them, and I'll make sure they open the door for you. I swear it.
Okay. I guess I found what I need. I have to say, the story has me asking questions. I don't know where the storyline is headed, especially after this mission. I don't know where the storyline's headed. I thought I knew.
The door's right there. I'll stay here while you save everyone.
I thought I knew before, but now I don't know.
And here we all are, alive and kicking. Wonderful. We had a deal, and I'm not about to back out on it, especially since you're all so well-armed and cranky. Not the kind of people I want to cross. Yeah, that can't be good. Door's open. You'd better get a move on. Your pal sounds a little stressed.
Man, these people are strange. They were all stuck in that corner.
It's good to see you too, Quark. I see your mission was a successful one as well.
Yes, Garrick, I found your mysterious widget. What is it exactly? It's not Karemman tech. They found it a few days before I got here. I haven't had a lot of time to analyze it, thanks to the Hur'q.
I see. Thank you, Quark. This narrows things down considerably.
It does. Good. That makes it more valuable.
Indeed it does, my friend. Indeed it does.
What did we get? What did he send him after? Talk to Quark and the Minister. Let's talk to the Minister first.
Not the liberators I was expecting, but thank you nonetheless. I'm First Minister Bakelba. Our situation has gone from bad to worse, and we have the Dominion to thank for it.
In what way?
Those of us on the edge of the Dominion were abandoned when the invasion began. In light of that, we voted to secede, to truly stand alone. The Dominion stood by while the Hur'q attacked us. We held off the invasion for a while, but their numbers are great. When we asked for aid, the Dominion refused. When we tried to evacuate, their fleet opened fire. They mean to punish us for our defiance.
That is really mean. Well, I mean, that can't be allowed, right? Odo? I mean, you should be doing something about that. You should, like, tell your female changeling here, you know, we can't do that.
Well, First Minister, it looks like my distress call was heard. Or saved. Thank you. Looks like your reputation for getting things done is well deserved. And as for you, Garrick, you and I need to have a long discussion. Seems you forgot to mention that Karemma was under a Dominion blockade, and in the middle of a Hur'q invasion. Do Cardassians go senile? Oh, don't answer that, I don't want to know. What I do know is that you're not paying me enough for this aggravation.
Admiral, you need to set up the pattern enhancers in order for us to lock on and beam everyone back. I don't know what to say. I really just don't know what to say. This mission seemed a little... Seems like people aren't acting like they should be.
Hur'q are leaving. For now.
Like they should be acting or would be acting in the light of all this information. Somebody should be mad at somebody. That's all I'm saying.
Good luck with the revolution, Minister. You'll need it. You'll be hearing from me soon, Garrick.
I'm looking forward to it.
You won't when you see my bill.
Where'd he going? He's got his own ship or something?
Now that we're past that unpleasantness, I think it's time we had a chat with Ambassador Odo, particularly about this technological wonder we've acquired.
Before I do that, Garrick, there's something glowing here.
It would appear that the Hur'q burrowed this way to bypass the doors above. And unlike most burrowing creatures, the Hur'q actually ate their way through the ground.
I mean, that is interesting, right? Interesting that that's also a thing that you can click on and learn about, okay?
And now that we're past that
what is it?
I have my suspicions, of course. Suffice it to say, I believe you'll find its purpose of great interest to all concerned parties. My main curiosity lies in what the Ambassador will have to say about it. I propose we get to the bottom of this together. Excellent. I'll make all of the necessary arrangements and meet you aboard Odo's flagship.
Something's about to happen.
What is this?
Stand down, all of you. To what do I owe this unexpected visit?
I hope you'll forgive the intrusion, Ambassador. We need to speak in person.
What are you up to, Garrick?
That's a very good question. What's this about exactly?
It's in regard to this device we found on Karemma.
A ball?
Do you know what it is?
No idea. Some new Karemman military tech, perhaps?
Interesting. But no. The Karemmans didn't make this. But it is a Dominion creation.
And its purpose?
I'm sure I have no idea, Ambassador. It does emit a signal, however. It's quite similar to that used by the Hur'q. Perhaps I should turn it on and show you?
There's no need for that.
I don't like where this is going, Garrick.
Nor I, Captain. You see, I found a similar device on Bajor.
Does it draw the
On
Hur'q in?
Bajor. When?
Right after the recent Hur'q attack, I'm afraid. Captain, scan the device.
Are the Dominion
You'll
putting
find
these
the
there?
soil residue on it is of Bajoran origin.
It does. It's from the Kendra province. Well, that doesn't mean that Odo...
Enough, Nerys. I can't have you defending me on this.
What?
Garrick's right. These devices called the Hur'q, and we put them there.
What?
Explain. Now.
We needed the Alliance's help immediately. There wasn't time for summits or diplomacy. So I found a high-value target and led the Hur'q to it. I also took steps to make sure their attack would fail. Bajor was never at risk. You have to understand that.
Oh. Well, that was surprising.
You put my entire planet at risk. People died, Odo.
Nerys!
Save it. I've heard enough.
Garrick's smile there
Please
was great.
Continue, Odo. You were saying?
I did what I needed to do to bring the Alliance into the war.
Ooh, sounds...
I lied. Risked the lives of millions to save billions more.
Sounds like...
But there's more to this than a staged Hur'q attack. The other founders are hiding things from me. If I challenge them now, I'll have no chance to find out what. So, for now, I have to play the part.
Well, you're doing a great job of that, Odo. Or should I say founder?
Ooh, disrespect.
Trust me when I say I understand your position, Odo.
Yes.
The captain, on the other hand...
Garrick would understand that.
I have a strong lead, but I'll need your help to move on it.
You know how to reach me. It seems you are a gambler, Odo, and a high-stakes one at that.
You have no idea.
Well, that was definitely a turn of events. I have a lot to say about that. I don't know if I should say it all right now, but I have a lot to say about that. Okay, well, let's talk to everybody first, and then I guess I'll give my opinions at the end. Let's talk to Garrick.
Quite the revelation, don't you think? It will be interesting to see how the powers that be respond to all this. For now, I think it's best to keep this in the purview of the diplomats. Let's return to our ships. There'll be more time to speak about this matter later.
I'm surprised to see you here, Weyoun. Aren't you usually at your founder's side, hanging on her every word?
It is a message from said founder that brings me here now. She would remind you of your purpose, to serve the Dominion as a whole.
How kind of you to deliver the message in person. Thank you for your service. As for my service, the ambassador shares his wisdom and guidance with me. Truly, he is a most benevolent god. Why should I not serve him? He is a founder, after all.
Serve the founders, yes, but also serve them well. Do recall the fate of your predecessor. She thought she served the founders well, quite possibly to the moment her unfortunate life came to its conclusion. As we both know, she was greatly mistaken.
The same could be said for your predecessor as well, dear Weyoun. Have you forgotten his sins? I know the founders haven't.
This is a private conversation. Unless you're here on a matter of the utmost importance, I suggest you find someone else to speak with. Somewhere else.
Well, that was interesting to hear both of them talking to each other like that, anyway. Oh, we can talk to Dukin Rex.
It is not my place to question the will of the Founders. Your mind, however, is your own. Do with it as you will, but be warned. The Founders do not appreciate betrayal. If the Alliance withdraws from their pact with the Dominion, the consequences could be severe.
Okay, Odo.
I need you to understand that Bajor was never at risk. We took precautions. I made sure that my fleet was in position to neutralize the Hur'q in time.
And Karemma?
Karemma was not my decision. Do you honestly think I'd take part in a plot to bring allies to our side, and then move to wipe out another group of allies? As I said to Garrick, there is more to this than we know. I'm going to find out what and why. I hope you're inclined to join me when the time comes.
Yes, I am ready to return. Well. Okay. I get things a little bit better now. I was worried at first, but I get things a little bit better
Visits
now.
to the Dominion are always so enlightening, don't you think? I suspect we've just begun to discover what the Founders are playing at here, and that concerns me greatly. After today, the wrath of Captain Kira may be the least of Odo's concerns. I do feel we need to continue working with him, however. It may be the only way we learn the true intentions of the Dominion. With that in mind, I'll contact you when we're ready to move forward with his plan.
Okay, this enables access to mailbank exchange and store for all players in range on the ground, I guess. Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you as well, also too, therefore. Wow, okay. Well, let me say this about the mission. At first, I was worried about where the mission was headed, because it just seemed like people were making dialogue that didn't make sense. People were acting in a way that didn't make sense. You would think we would have been a little bit more aggressive toward Odo at talking to this female founder of why these people are claiming this and why this is happening, and it just seemed like people weren't acting like they were supposed to. I don't know, it was just weird. It's hard to explain, but it's just weird. It's like everything was so nonchalant, and we were just doing things, but we weren't questioning really anything or confronting anyone about anything. We were just doing things. So at first it seemed weird, but now I get it. At the end of the episode, it pulled it all together, and it finally made sense. And I see now why Garrick was in charge of all this, because that was one of the things that I was really thinking, wondering here. Why am I reporting to Garrick? Why is Garrick in charge of this? I get it now. He's the kind of guy that would look after something like this, knowing these orb things are on these planets and there's a connection to the Dominion, but not reveal that to anyone and have this plan to figure out what it's all about, and knows more than he says and wants to confront Odo about that. That's very Garrick right there. So I get Garrick now being a part of all that. I also get Garrick being a part of all this because in the reveal, it harkens back to the same way that the Federation got the Romulans to enter the Dominion War. Remember that? Remember, it's a fake! Remember that? Again, it was Garrick who made that happen. He knew that the Holosuite plan would not work. And so that wasn't the plan. That was just a side plan, and Cisco didn't know the entire plan. But his plan was to plant that on the ship, blow the Senator's ship up, and then they find that rod, and because it's damaged, they believe it's true, and that the Dominion had attacked that Romulan ship, and it brings the Romulan into the war. Well, it's the same tactic that Odo is following now. He basically brought the enemy to the planet, to Bajor, to present a threat, to scare them into the Alliance and everything coming together to join the Dominion. that was, and then of course downsizing the size of the Dominion fleet, you know, that they're really beaten back and all that, and thus bringing the Alliance, the Federation of Klingons, Romulans, blah blah blah, into this conflict. It's the same thing that Garrick did, and now Odo's pulling from that same storybook. It is such a tight parallel, and I get it and I see it, and I did not see it coming. I didn't see Odo doing that kind of stuff, but I get it now, and it really does strengthen the story, and it makes it more mysterious because I didn't know that's where it was headed. They got me for sure. I did not know that was where the story was headed, and bang, here we are. So they got me pretty good on what to expect out of the story. So the Hur'q coming to Bajor was simply because they brought a device there that pulled them or called them there. Same thing on Karemma. The Dominion are doing that because they want people to fight with them, to whatever. It's interesting. And Odo has to play that part right now because, again, he's still not 100% trusted by the other changelings, even after all this time, apparently. And they are keeping things from him, and he senses that. So their conflict between Odo and the other founders still exists to a certain degree. So that conflict is still there. Didn't really get healed, it seems. So that's all very interesting. This was a good mission because of the twist at the end. It was a little weird up front, but toward the end it pulled together and had a really good twist. So I enjoyed that mission quite a bit, especially at the end reveal there. That was very cool. So that was The Search. And so the next one is called Doomed to Repeat. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think of this mission. If that was your first time seeing it, or you've played it yourself, let me know what you thought of it as you played it, and especially your reaction at the big reveal at the end, that big twist. Be curious to know what your reaction was like. Were you surprised? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Very interested to hear your feedback on that. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.